Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's the week been? How's it going? I want to talk to you today about forgiving yourself and moving on. Yes, forgiving yourself and moving on. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because it's something that I am learning in my own life, and I think it's helpful for us to reflect on. Just this morning, I was going through the fridge and I took out these cucumbers and these zucchinis. And I bought these cucumbers and zucchinis probably 3 weeks ago. And I just had not used them and they were going bad. And maybe 4 days or so ago, I felt bad that I hadn't used them. So I took them out. I cut off the kind of not so nice bits. And I thought to myself, okay, tomorrow I'm going to come and use these zucchinis. I even looked up a recipe for a zucchini cake, which is kind of like a carrot cake, but with zucchini instead. And I thought I'm going to use these cucumbers because I bought them, we need to eat vegetables, we need to use them, etc. And today I was going through the fridge and I saw those zucchinis and those cucumbers again. And they were in worse shape than the last time. And I thought, I actually just need to throw these out. And I started to feel really bad about throwing them out. I mean, I don't know you guys, but for me, I hate throwing food out and I'm super careful with that. And I usually feel very bad. But I looked at those vegetables. I said, Lord, sorry that I'm throwing these out. And I put them in the bin. And I made a decision, which is so random, but I made a decision to forgive myself and move on. I couldn't do anything to change the fact that the vegetables were now not so good. They weren't really good to use. I could have hung on to them longer, right? I could have kept them in the fridge saying, no, I will use them. I will get to it. I will just cut off a little bit more of the bad stuff. But that actually wasn't going to help me. Holding on to that mistake, I guess, if you like, or to that lack of action was not going to help me. It was just going to stop me from releasing what I needed to release and making new decisions and new adjustments for the future. And it might sound dramatic. I mean, we're literally talking about vegetables here, but I really believe that this is applicable for the big picture in life. What old vegetables are you holding on to? What old vegetables am I holding on to? What things have we not forgiven ourselves for that are holding us back? And I believe forgiveness, it's kind of a skill, but we usually think about forgiving other people. We don't often think about forgiving ourselves. I'm always, as a Christian, I'm always saying, Lord, help me to forgive people. Help me to not harbor and hold any resentment against anyone. Help me to release them, which is great. But so often we forgive other people, or we are aware of our lack of forgiveness towards other people and we work towards it, but we don't forgive ourselves and we beat ourselves up for our mistakes. I don't want to live like that. The vegetables are rotten. What can you do? They're already rotten. What we can do is release them and throw them out and forgive ourselves for it. And I believe this applies to so many things in life. The little mistakes that we make that we've been trying to get better at for years, the lack of consistency that we've shown or that we show in certain areas of our life. You know, this is about growing towards maturity, and it's not a linear, perfect path. And I come up on here and I make commitments and I talk about things and then I fall through, and I just believe that that requires letting go of. And it's okay to forgive yourself. It's okay to forgive yourself because the chicken went bad, because you didn't use the vegetables, because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. I'm not saying accept and be apathetic about that and not try and change. But if the damage is already done, holding on to it is not going to help. Holding on to those vegetables is not going to help me in any way. They're just going to make me feel guilty every time I open the fridge. It's going to look not so good. And I just wanted to remind you today to let go of anything that is holding you back, that you sometimes are holding on to. Yeah, we make mistakes. Yeah, sometimes we don't use the groceries that we purchased. Sometimes we don't record the video that we said we were going to, but we can let go of that. We can let go of that because if we have been forgiven by God and we forgive others, we should forgive ourselves as well. I don't know if that's very revolutionary for you, but it is for me. I don't need to feel bad. The damage is done. The mistake is done. There's no use crying over spilt milk. But the way that I respond to myself, whether it's with compassion or whether it's with self-loathing is going to make a difference in my life. Those vegetables don't mean anything by themselves, but the way that I treat myself, speak to myself, is actually what's going to help me get up and improve and be better and be more productive and be more loving and be more gentle and be more kind. Because actually, there is a relationship between the way you treat yourself and you treat others. And often we focus on being loving and kind towards other people, and we're mean and nasty towards ourselves, and we think that the two are unrelated. They're not unrelated. Being kind to others often starts with being kind to yourself. The same way that you are compassionate towards yourself is often how you can be compassionate towards others. And if you've received that compassion and you've received that love, you have the duty almost to extend it to yourself. That's what I've got. I hope you have a wonderful day.